Good day, everyone. So today, our group will be discussing about the tribute to Juan Luna and Felix Ressureccion Hidalgo, which was written by Graciano Lopez Haina. Graciano Lopez Haina was a born orator who was regarded by Jose Alejandrino, a contemporary of Rizal, as having more ability than Rizal. He was born in Jaro, Iloilo on December 29, 1856 to Placido Lopez and Maria Jacobo Haina. After completing the secondary course in his province, he went to Spain to study medicine. However, he did not finish the course and instead became a journalist. He founded the La Solidaridad in Barcelona for the Filipino reformists to have their own organ, since the Filipino writers could not get the opportunity to have their writings be published in newspapers. Through his fiery speeches, Haina campaigned hard for reforms in the Philippines. He died in Barcelona on January 20, 1896. Gentlemen, after the brilliant speech of Mr. Rizal, the enthusiastic telegrams read by Mr. Maximo Paterno and the congratulatory letters, especially those of messengers Leon E. Castillo, Castelar, and Nones D. Arce, read by messengers La Serna, Correa, and Del Val, whose echoes still ring in our ears with all the enchantment of a melody. I very much regret to address you, my speech being poor and ill-prepared. But in truth, if my voice lacks expression, my speech lacks perfection and beauty, in which great orators glory on solemn occasions like this one. On the other hand, my heart must not lack, never does it lack enthusiasm, or my mind, the ideas to render homage through modes to the sublime conceptions of genius. This line of the story introduced the life and achievements of Graciano Lopez Haina, a Filipino orator, journalist, and reformist. He was a well-respected among his peers and was even considered by Jose Alejandrino to be more talented than Jose Rizal. Graciano Lopez Haina was born in Jaro, Iloilo in 1856 and traveled to Spain to study medicine, but eventually turned to journalism. He is also the one who established La Solidaridad, a publication that served as a platform for Filipino reformists who couldn't get their work published elsewhere. He is also known for his passionate speeches and was a strong advocate for reforms in the Philippines. He passed away in Barcelona in the year 1896. The speaker in this story acknowledges the expressiveness of the previous speakers and expresses their own feelings of shortcoming in comparison. Despite feeling less prepared, they emphasizes their enthusiasm and commitment to contribute to the discussion, showing deep respect for the intellectual accomplishments of others.
As the summary to this part, it is that the speakers show love and respect for artists Juan Luna and Felix Hidalgo. They think Luna it is a genius like a famous artist Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. Hidalgo is also admired for these artistic talents. The speaker said are organizing a special event to honor Luna Hidalgo event. True and won't be a gift. They want to show admiration and respect for the artist. The speaker also expressed love for the Philippines, the country where Luna Hidalgo come from. They say the Philippines is a beautiful place with a blue ocean, the star. The speaker believes the Philippines is special and has great potential for the future.
So, for the continuation, so in this part, the story is all about the speaker who's being happy and hopeful for the Philippines. And also, Juan Luna and Felix Hidalgo are being honored and appreciated in Europe through their marvelous canvases. So in another paragraph, the speaker also wanted to correct the ideas of the indigenous people of the Philippines, were uncivilized by showing their evidence of advanced culture. So before the arrival of Spaniards, we had a civilizations influenced by China, India, and Japan. They are also mentioned the ancient objects like valuable jars and the well-preserved mummies as a proof. So all in all, the speaker believes that the Philippines has a bright future and wants to create its rich history and culture.
So I was given a task to read and discuss a certain part of the tribute to Juan Luna and Felix Ressureccion Hidalgo. So first I will read it and then later on I will discuss what it means or what I have learned in that paragraphs. The fact, gentlemen, that the people shut a mounting rage had reached such a high degree of development throw sufficient light upon history to enable one to admire their ancient civilization. If the ancient inhabitants of that country are now considered civilized in history, how strange, gentlemen, that it is also started there in an as an indisputable action that the natives of that archipelago do not reach the intellectual level of the European, nor are they capable of being civilized. What an error! But Luna's brush and resurrection palette have given once more an unimpeachable proof that ability and genius are not the exclusive patrimony of the castas that call themselves superior and boast of being the depositories of intellectual power and intellectual development and civilization. The Spolarium and Las Virgenes Cristianas expuestas al populacho are the expression of the lamentation and woes of this race upon whose head has weighed for a long time the stigma of an injustice prejudice. It is time, therefore, gentlemen, that we think seriously of the future of that beautiful but unfortunate land entrusted into the stunted hands of intransigence and governed by the tyrannically power of inequalities and outrages. Permit me, gentlemen, to trace to you in a few words the present state of that country, her political and social life. Alas, this sigh that spontaneously comes out my lips tells you how lamentable is her situation. Imagine people devoured by nepotism and concupiscence of the bureaucracy, by the excesses of an intolerant, debased, and liberticidal theocracy, which uphold with more zeal than ever racial division, thus violating the generous spirit of Mother Spain, whose colonial laws were also tolerated with the spirit of unification. Here you have now then condensed, in a few words, the political situation of the Filipino people. Therefore, gentlemen, when I contemplate Luna's painting over those terrible shapes, over that conjunction of horrors that shows me a barbaric sin, I feel something far beyond that excites me, that something that is lost in the mind of the artist, and which the brush lacks the force to transmit to canvas. So that was the part of the tribute of Juan Luna and Felix Resurrection Hidalgo. So this explains about the ancient civilization of the Philippines and challenges the idea that the native people are less intelligent or uncivilized compared to Europeans. They admire the artistic talents of Juan Luna and Felix Ressureccion Hidalgo, whose paintings express the suffering of the Filipino people due to unfair prejudice. It also talks about the current problems in the country, such as corruption and oppressive religious influence. They feel sadness and frustration about the situation when looking at Luna's painting. The speaker feels strong emotion that goes beyond what the artist could capture on the canvas.
So here's the continuation of this report. Gentlemen, you need not fear that the breath of my uncut words would blur the magnificent painting of Luna. For me, if there is anything grandiose, sublime in the solarium, it is that through this canvas, through the figures depicted on it, through its coloring floats the living image of the Filipino people grieving over the misfortunes. Because, gentlemen, the Philippines is nothing more than a spolarium in reality, with all its horrors. True rubbish lie everywhere. Human dignity is mocked. The rights of man thrown into shards. Equality is shapeless mass, and liberty is embers, ashes, smokes. Kabaluta nga ang Philippines or ang Pilipino kay niagi sa mga lisod ng mga naagian like this speech said where the painting of Luna illustrate for us or describe the Philippines na tayo yung ninanakawan. So dapat ating ipaglaban. Pero sa ngayon, in reality, alam natin nowadays na dili na ta parehas atong niaging hadlok-hadlokon lang ta, dili ta parehas atong niaging i-down ta. Pero karon we are liberty, we are a democratic country. Magagawa na natin kung ano yung dapat nating gawin at kaya na natin ipaglaban kung ano yung dapat nating ipaglaban. And of course, if it is true that the colonies have right to live, let us watch over the welfare of the people. Let us bring something of modern right, something of modern freedom to those beautiful regions, for though they are not on the Liberian Peninsula, they are portions Spanish land. It is necessary to take into account today, and there is century of progress, that peoples are not ruled with God on the lips and fire of the acquisition in the hand. They are governed in the name of reason, in the name of law, in the name of freedom. Kaya nga, dito sinabi na we are absolutely the progress of this century has brought about significant changes in governance. So, dito natin nailalarawan, ginaingon din ni sa speech nga we are free to do everything. At saka yung freedom na yun, alam natin na hindi na tayo kagaya nung dati na we are colonized by someone else or anyone else. Ngayon, nandito na tayo kung saan alam natin kung ano yung law, alam natin kung ano yung dapat natin ipaglaban, at alam natin yung dignity natin bilang isang Pilipino. At ang mga tao ngayon ay pinamahalaan na ng mga prinsipyo ng kaisipan, batas at kalayaan sa halip ng pamagitan ng relihiyon o dogma. So, alam natin na tayo ay malaya na. Tayo ay hindi na nasasakop ng sino mang mananakop. At saka, it is necessary to take into account today in this century of progress that the peoples are not ruled with the God on the lips and fire of the Inquisition in the hand. They are governed in the name of reason, in the name of law, in the name of freedom. So, sinabi ko kanina na hindi na tayo dili na ta ginadala or ginalid gina panguluhan sa maling balaod, maling pagdala sa ato ang gobyerno. And as Mr. Rizal said a while ago in his mass eloquent toast, what is a piece of bread and yellow cloth doing there? There were no sentiment grows, no unity of ideas, no harmony of opinions. To this I add, of what use is to govern in the name of fanaticism, when in the end it will be thrown down head towing by the currents of civilization from foreign shores. So indeed, Mr. Rizal, words resonate powerfully. A flag is more than just a piece of cloth. It symbolizes the unity, shared values, and aspiration of people. Similarly, governing through fanaticism is futile in the face of progress and the currents of civilization. It's vital to govern with reason and respect for individuals' freedoms to truly serve and uplift society. Sa katunayan, ang mga salita ni Rizal ay may malakas na reason, kumbaga ano yung pinakamalakas na dahilan kung bakit yung salita ni Rizal hanggang ngayon nagiging tatak sa ating isipan. Nagapabilin nga usa ka motivation sa matag usa ka nato kung makakita ta sa usa ka flag or kanang ato ang nationalism bilang isa ka Pilipino. So binigyan natin ng magandang alaga, aspiration at saka respeto yung ating mamamayang Pilipino, kung saan sa kanilang pakikigdigma, sa kanilang paglalaban sa ating bansa noong unang panahon nung tayo ay nasakop pa ng mga iba't ibang mananakop.